Hello, hello, welcome everyone. Hi, Yellow. Hi, Anime King. How are you guys? Yes, Thursday. Our favorite book reading stream is back. We're gonna go with part 5. And all I have to do is find the PDF so that we can read it together. Endgame book with comments. Ah, yes, our favorite, the Edgelord, is here. Our favorite. Would you like to try Tsume? Yes. We could try Tsume before that. Oh, this is gonna work. I think my pen readjusted to not work on one screen but on 2 screens, so it's kind of confusing to me right now, but we're gonna see how it goes. Anime King, I was waiting for your link from Shogi. Basically, you go to Shogi, you make an account, you set up a game, and you send the link that Shogi generates, and I can play with you. In DMs, alright? Yellow Justice Agent. Alright, we have it from Muse. Can you guys see this? Lishogi, yeah, you know, lishogi.org. This, you create a game or play with friends. I don't remember which one. Create a game, I think, and it gives a link. And then you send it to me. Alright, we have Tsume from Yellow, and my brain just malfunctioned because I started reading a variation. I don't know what makes you so confused, Anime King. I really don't know. It doesn't work. Okay. You're saying okay? Oh, I see. So it's silver for promotion, right? Silver free, gold drop, rook drop. No? Because he runs to 1-3. Oh, 1-2. Okay. He's a troll. Okay. Wait, what's wrong with the silver? Silver promotion king runs, we throw it away, then it's mate. Apart from this line? Okay, apart from this line, I guess. And then you think he's a troll, so now I'm worried. I'm getting trolled. We have to play. Did you leave the game, Anime King? Thank you for the game. You have to protect your bishop's head. When this pawn is coming, you have to move the gold here. Here, and that's gonna help you. If it's here, then I exchange and then you redraw the pawn, you're okay. Please, what? Don't say those things. If you're gonna react like this, well, I'm never playing you again. So, yeah, I think silver is like the only move, maybe it's unpromoted in that case. And then you say he's a troll, which kind of worries me. Yeah, this is our joke. Right. So silver 4 for unpromoted would also make sense with king going 3-4, rook drop 3-3, king if it goes to 5, it's to 6, gold drop, and then we promote the rook. If it goes to 4-5, then we drop the gold to 4-6, and then just move to 5-5 with the gold to checkmate him. So silver, king runs, promote the silver. If he goes to 2-3 or 2-2, what's the difference? If it goes to 2-3, we can just drop the gold, so he has to go to 2-2, then we promote to unpromote to 3-3. Because if he goes to 1-2, then we take the pawn, drop the gold, and the rook. So then we come back to the main variation, which is king takes and 2-4 gold and so on. Pieredin! Pieredin, you have 3 times out on your... Are you in the tournament even? We have this tournament going on. Yeah. Oh, I don't have the live roll. I think Sensei is overriding the live roll. It's a good point, though. I guess I didn't connect my Discord to this thing. Anyway, we're getting really distracted today. We're gonna start the book. One star problem? Well, that depends, you know, if it's like beginning of Shorekai, they should be able to do it. And this would be 1 star for them. Where is it? To find it. User profile, no. Subscription. Okay, I'm gonna do it later. You're not playing? Well. You're missing all the fun. AKA... Wait a second. AKA... My favorite clip of the week.
Yes, except I can do this. Oh, I dropped it as a knight! I dropped it!
Yep.
As a knight?
Yeah.
What? I thought I dropped it as a gold. Oh no! What? I was trying to drop it as a gold. I was trying to drop. Just what? I swear I clicked on gold. You guys saw I clicked on gold.
Or number 2, clip number 2, also my favorite.
I think I really do want this. Capture with the gold to be covered from the guaranteed. I think yep. And then there's the gold drop, and that's amazing. No! Oh!
Well, good luck on you, making. Yeah, it's even funnier because he repeats the previous mistake and he correctly drops the gold, and it kind of makes sense with the previous clip being played. But then he forgot that the enemy does the same thing and makes a counter check. Yep. Time zombie. How is the Machine Data tournament going? Yeah, the same piece, yeah. Alright, so far Jen is on top, Ko is... like, I don't know how to show it to you guys. Jen is first because he played the most game, but Ko won the most game. Seof is right behind. And yeah, so we are halfway through, right? It's until Sunday. Quite exciting. Who's going to be the king of the Moshindeiru? Oh no, yes, you did miss both of your clips. He didn't make this mistake when he played against Seof. Welcome, Raid. Hello, Shogi Explained. Yes, you were speaking of the devil, right? Is the speaking of the zombie. Clip of the month, maybe of the year. No. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see more tomorrow and so on. Pretty sure. So, after we got backtracked for so long, we shall go to the book. My hair is horrible today. It decided to stay inflated in my face. It irritated me today. Anyway, so what did we do last week? We created this amazing character that was called the Edgelord. And just to summarize, I think we were on the mission of breaking the castles. So we had to target the weakness. And we had 3 types of weaknesses, right? We had the so-called Ak, Ear, and Edge, which created the Edgelord, because he has big head, ears, and his name is Edge. So remember, guys, if you want to target the weakness of a castle, you not only target the pillar gold, you will attack the head of the king, the ear of the king, and the edge, while remembering that the edge is actually like the weakest of them, because while we attack the head or the ear, we have the option of getting the golds. When we attack the edge, so usually we end up with lances, which is gonna not make our attack stronger, yeah? It's just gonna break the edge. So it's gonna give us smaller. We're still gonna break the castle a little bit, but not as forcefully, yeah? I hid underneath the table in one of them. Oh god. Well, we didn't see the table. Okay, and we had the conclusion that the attacking the castle, the main goals are to close in, have the number dominance, so like you have more pieces than your opponent. So for example, 4 attacking pieces versus 3 generals in the castle. And then we had the side goals, I guess. So how to break the castle actually is to delete the metal pieces, infiltrate the castle, and to bring the attackers closer to the king, yeah? And it says that it's locality or focused attack. All right, and yeah, those are our tools to break the castle. I love this guy. Target the goat, attack the head, attack the ear, attack the edge. Yeah, those 4 things we learned as a ways to attack the castle. But again, our main objective will be to do those things. So using those tools, we want to delete the metal piece, infiltrate, get closer to the king. So we want to bring it to the end game. And we can do it, yeah, using those tools. Today, we're gonna talk about more complex type of structure, which looks like this. And so I think this meant to throw them out. So we're gonna try to drag them out of the castle to make them weaker. Separation, yeah, okay. So separation, how do we call it? Separated defenders. I mean, usually it's like remover, but separation, drag them out. How do you translate it? Detachment, isolate. Detach the defender. Does it make sense, guys? Okay, I'm gonna put it here first of all. That will be easier to me. And this I'm gonna put here. Anaguma, yeah. I should practice with this pen. Oh my god. And it's not writing. And that's weird. This was the prettiest D I have ever drawn in my life, but okay. The calibration of my thing is totally off, so I think we will have to do without it because I don't want to spend 20 minutes calibrating it again. It's calibrated for my 2 screens, and I was using it on 1 screen last time. And it's very confusing right now. All right, we're gonna do it with the mouse. So detach the defender or defenders, I don't know. So as we talked until now, in order to break the castle, you have 4 points that you could target. So the gold, the head of the king, the ear, and the edge. Inside there, targeting the gold was our basic way of getting to the end game. And he would like you to remember it by heart, I guess that means. Doesn't matter. I'm still curious what this kanji means. Keep in mind. Okay. Meiki. Okay, keep in mind. But there's one more trick that we will have. One more trick we have to be aware of. More practical one, perhaps. Which is to distract the defender. Okay, he says something important and I just cannot translate it. So if you're losing the end game competition, if your end game isn't going your way, then this way of attacking is probably what you're forgetting to use to distract the enemy piece. So once you learn it, you will be able to more in shorter step to approach the king. Yeah, so this is a trick that is often forgotten because you want to directly attack the enemy king, but actually you're gonna find it very, very useful. So it's gonna take time in diagram 1. So guys, remember this diagram, Anaguma, yeah? If in that diagram you would drop 5-2 instead of 6-2, and you will go for target the gold, yeah? So promote target the gold is a basic Tesuji, but there is also another one, a one that's keen and nimble. Quick-witted and agile. Quick-witted and agile strategy. All right. So instead, if you drop 6-2 pawn, gold takes sideways. Okay, if he takes If he takes sideways, we can drop a pawn here. They take and we drop here. What happens? Oh, we attack this silver that's protecting this gold, and we'll be able to take one of them, right? So they are kind of forced to take it with the other gold. This one. And if they do, then you drop another pawn here. Pawn takes, pawn drop underneath. And this is how we follow up. So before you go for the decisive attack, you can force the enemy pieces to separate from the king, and therefore your attacking power would be bigger. And this is the value of separating the pieces, yeah? So in this situation, we have pawn promotion 5-2, we're gonna get a talking. If gold takes, then we can move the dragon here, we're gonna fork them too. And thanks to that, if you compare this situation to this one, let's count together, yeah? So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 0, yeah? Because 1 takes, 1 takes, 1, 2, 3. We gained 1 move. Magic! What did we use instead of the move? Well, we gave them 2 pawns, yeah? So 2 pawns gain us 1 move faster, yeah? It's a often used technique in Shogi endgame. This is what they say when they say material doesn't matter, speed matters. It starts with pawns, basically, yeah? So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is not forceful, very passive way. Target the gold, yeah? This one, 1, 2, 3 would be immediate. So he takes 1, 2, 3 would be again, yeah? So takes 1, he takes, or 1, 2, 3. So each time we're targeting to capture the gold in 3 moves instead of 4 moves, yeah? That's important here. So, dragging the gold out speeds or makes our attack stronger. All right, guys. So far, so good. So again, the separation. How did you translate it? Detach, separation. Detaching the defender, fine. So we have TTG and DTG. Gotcha? DTG. DTG. Okay, let's detach the gods. There is the other target of the same strategy. The first okay, there are two targets. One of them is to lower the defenses of the castle, yeah? So weakening the castle. Okay. If we were to go with TTG, so we would drop the silver to here. And if we do, they're gonna counter drop with their silver, and it's gonna be difficult for us to continue. Instead, what we're gonna try is to drop a pawn here, which gonna be more forceful. They have to take. And then we drop the silver here. Just looking at this position, yeah, what the comment here says that this is very solid shape, 2 golds. So it's very useful to think of this separation move here to break this wall, yeah? So break the wall. It's too solid. It cannot exist. We have to break it. Trade offer, you receive 2 pawns, I receive migrates your castle. Yeah. Also, one other thing that they're using here is they drop the silver into square that the opponent wanted to drop, so it's kind of side effect of that as well. This is why it's also strong, yeah? So they're gonna take, and therefore the connection of the gold's gonna be broken. And this is the point, yeah? Golds become detached. And you can feel it, right? If you see this shape, you can feel it's much weaker than this one. Just by looking at it, right? So again, we use the tataki no fu, which is the striking pawn technique, tesuji, yeah, to draw the defensive pieces away, yeah. Away. And this is the DTG technique. Okay, guys. Okay, yeah, DTG technique. Quite cool, yeah. You don't know what to do in this position. Punch them slightly, make them lose the coordination, and attack the weakness, yeah. You created a weakness, basically. So they say that the gold on 4/4, he cannot actually go to many squares, so it's quite weak. And also, yeah, it suddenly we became better because we dragged the gold away. So we said that Sentes... Okay, so here we have 4 pieces in attack, yeah, 4 pieces, cool. 4 pieces to attack. But yeah, the castle doesn't have a weakness, and if we were to, again, to use the target the gold strategy, we could try to drop the bishop here, targeting the gold. But what's going to happen? They will go back and attack our dragon. So they will defend while counter-attacking. We're gonna waste a move, even 2 moves, yeah, because we both drop the bishop and run away with the rook. So it's kind of bad, yeah. It almost sounds like boxing. Yes, it is. Sleeping bird, exactly. They sometimes also use the word jab in commentaries on Shogi games. It is like a light jab, yeah. I try to jab with my right hand. That's not how boxing works. You have been doing boxing for a little bit. Karo, you should know how jab works. Oh, but I'm left-handed. No, you're not. So instead, we gonna try to attack the weakness. Guys, do you know where the weakness will be? So here we talk about targeting the gold. We talk about attacking the king's head, the ear, the combin, yeah, and the edge, yeah. So all of those not working. Instead, we wanna use separation. What would you do? Detach. The gold. Yeah, detach. What's the... Yeah, okay, let's just do it. So instead, they're saying to drop the knight here. And then drop the lance. So how does it detach the piece, actually? Well, if they were to take it with the gold, protection of this falls, right? If they were to take it with the king, 2-1, dragon. So knight becomes detached, yeah? But I could argue that... Yeah, the camera is mirrored. I could argue that this looks like the attack on the king's head. Not necessarily a separation technique. Oh, okay. He's right. All right. It's right what I'm saying. It is both. So we are combining the detach strategy with attack. Just realized you don't see it. Detach strategy plus attack the king head. So we're combining combo those two in here. And therefore the Agora breaks. If we had... yeah, we're forcing here 2-3 pawn to move up, creating a way for us to go in, creating space. And once you created space, using the separation, detachment becomes easier, yeah? Creating space for DT, yeah? Yeah, anyway, don't fight Karo. Yes, she did boxing actually a little bit in Japan. So, Karo is scary, guys. This is a little bit less simple than this example. But yeah, look at this position and ask yourself, yeah, how do I expose this king? I have no pawns. I could use the bishop to attack the gold, but it doesn't work. What should I do? Well, how about attacking the king's head? Okay. If I attack the king's head, what's happening? Oh, the gold's gonna become detached. Oh, so the attached theory and the attack king at the head is working together. Whoa, yeah? Shogi boxing training, yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna attempt that. Yeah. I'm gonna play my weak woman card in that case. I'm not gonna fight with you guys, but I can protect myself if something happens. All right. Yeah. Here it is, the attachment and head together. Next. The next target of our detachment tactic is that we can bringing defenders closer to attackers. So let me remember what was the first one. Weakening the defense, yeah, we had weakening the defense, and now we will have bringing, this is what we achieve as well, bringing the defenders closer to the attackers. We don't have enough attacking pieces in here for Sente, yeah? We have the horse here, we have the knight here, and we have a silver in hand, 2 pawns. Seems it's not enough. We would like to use this horse somehow. Naturally, we see the knight jump here, but the timing, yeah, it's very slow, very, in Japanese they call it sweet, or not severe in a way. So we kind of feel it's not enough. Instead, chat, what you gonna do? It's kind of natural move, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm pretty sure most of you can see it, yeah? Drop the pawn here. Yes, you drop this cool pawn like this. You don't drop the pawn like this. You are like, woo! It's a very cool pawn drop. And what does it do? Well, if they take, knight jump becomes more severe, right? Can you compare this situation? Knight here attacking nothing versus knight here attacking the gold here. It looks more severe, right? That's what we're trying to do. Again, sacrifice a pawn to get a tempo, yeah? The other way you could have attacked here is maybe a silver drop here, but the attacking pieces would be only 2. Not enough, yeah? Need more. So here, see, we are attacking the guard immediately. And this is the meaning of bringing closer the defender. Naturally, our attack becomes stronger. And this is how you can bring the enemy pieces closer to your attack in order to gain speed. Gaining speed for pawn. Gold is closer, yeah? To the attack. Hey, Dranix Revax. Thank you so much. 3 months in a row. Thank you for the subscription. Okay, yeah, so again, yeah, this is 1 move faster to attack than the previous example. Then, of course, there's a side note that if we drop the pawn, they can go back. But just this situation, the pawn is next to king. We already have like piece affecting the enemy king for free, yeah? So that's not a bad situation to us either. Okay, guys, how about you look at this position and tell me what to do here? Now that we're getting hung of the detachment strategy, what would you do here? Obviously, we have dragon that's very active. And we have some pawns in hand. And we have some horse that looks little bit too far away, right? Santa's dragon is looking at the opponent's core, but the horse is not so much. So this is why we would like to find the best move here. Hege Mega is saying 7-4 pawn. I assume that you wanna, if pawn takes, you wanna go horse to 5-5. But that's not gonna give you much after knight jump, right? Knight to 7-3. So I assume you're going for this, but the knight is protecting. You have 1 pawn left, so attack on the head of the knight isn't possible. There's something better. Pieredin says, pawn drop 6-2. And this is again targeting to take the silver in 3 moves. So perhaps enemy will take it. And in that case, horse comes in to attack the silver. And yes, that is correct, Pieredin. Well done. So again, we detach the defender by dropping a pawn, which makes our attacking piece faster. Yes, again, 1 pawn turns into 1 move faster. Well done, Virin. Yeah, this is the exact variation. So again, so to summarize, this is what we are saying the whole way, but the detach strategy is you sacrifice a piece in order to create a position where it is easier for you to attack the enemy shape. So not only one move, he's saying that one pawn, how do you translate it? Maybe change defender shape. Like the castle shape, yeah? We affected the whole castle here. And therefore easier to attack or faster. Yep. I feel like in the game it would feel slow. So again, we talked about the reliable way of attacking and a quick way of attack, yeah? So I'm just gonna take your example that you've done. So yes, this move here, this allows you to immediately make a check, but it's not reliable because they will answer, you will answer, they will answer, and if you don't have a follow-up, that's bad, right? So this, for example, we could call unreliable. Okay, I could argue that there was a follow-up there. Because this example might be not the best, but the point here is if you compare this situation to this one, when you move the horse here, this feels slower than the other one because this alone doesn't threaten much. And you have only 2 attacking pieces. So you drag them out, weaken them, and then you bring the horse, making it stronger. You immediately treat and checkmate in 3 moves. And it's reliable because if you take 2 pieces for one, that's not gonna run out of attack. And then you can argue that, oh, pawn drop takes 1, 2, 3, 4 moves to do something. But this also will break the castle, yeah? It's very reliable way. They have no way of defending that if they allow a token over here, right? So that would create a huge... Like, imagine there's a token here, yeah? Look how much better the situation would be for us. So yeah, those techniques are not quick, but they're important to know. Like you can, I see like beginners who will sacrifice the whole horse, try to like do something, and they have silver. They're not using the pawns, and silver and dragon, it's not gonna break through this. Yeah, so you need something, and that something, one of the weapons that you have, is the pawn drop. Okay, yes, it gives 3 moves for the opponent, but yeah, it's reliable. It returns horse sack into 1 square gap dragon, yes. I'm saying if silver ignores, if you go for the fast attack, it doesn't work, yeah. So, yeah, I guess, Hege, the question is, what do you do instead, yeah? Yeah, clearly, yeah, the idea is to learn this tactic here. Like, this is not gonna be like perfect example, but like, what would you do instead is the question. I think your idea works too, but I can also argue, oh, we can ignore that pawn drop as well, yeah? We can argue, yeah, that pawn drop was good too, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good pawn drop. Yeah, it was a good pawn drop as well. All right, back to tactics without too much detail. Overthinking. We're trying to learn this detach tactic again, and we have another example. Here we had... I didn't finish this sentence, actually. Okay, so the iron rule is that you sacrifice cheap pieces in order to drag out the other piece. So in this case, a pawn, yeah? So like a pawn. And there's a lot of pawns that you can use, so this kind of attack usually cannot be ignored. Yeah, pawn has very light piece to use. Pawn is a very efficient piece as a token. I would trade their attacking silver and trade for 6-1. Yeah, this is gonna exchange, but it's not gonna capture the king. We wanna capture the king, yeah? Okay, let's see. So they're actually saying, you're going for an exchange, right? So what they're saying is, if you promote, we're gonna take it, rook takes, and then they're gonna move the gold up. And they say that it's difficult to continue. You have to find the best way to damage the king. What would that be? Tutun, it's a question to you guys. Use it against the king is the hint. We were using it against the defenders. Detach the king? Question mark. Well, guys, what's your idea? We did break the second file. We cannot make a mistake here. What's the best way to have a decisive damage on the enemy position? Oh, wait, I fixed my tablet. I think I fixed it. Okay, I think I fixed it. All right, Shogi explained, gives us an idea. He says, pawn drop here, king takes, and then silver promotion here. The edgelord leaves again? Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. Oh! Yeah, I have to learn how to use it better. Yes, he's alive. He's alive, but he's an abstract creation today. Alright, so that's Time Zombie's idea. So either they lose the knight or king runs. Yeah, so if we drop to 2-2, that's the idea, yeah? Either they lose the knight or they will be forced to run. Let's see if that's the answer. And it is! Woo! The 2-2 pawn is the best move. If king takes, this is actually checkmate. Because suddenly this silver promotion will block this square. I need to really work on this tablet. It's gonna block this square and this square. Yeah. I give up on the tablet. And therefore, if king runs, we promote. If we're going to go here, we promote. And they have to run because this is a double check, yeah? It's the silver rook check, double check. The only way to... That's a rule. The only way to defend against double check is to run away, yeah? This is why it's so scary, because you cannot take the piece, you cannot block the piece, suddenly you have only one way, you have to run away, and in this case you have nowhere to run, so the king is captured. So this way we invite the enemy into... this kanji is breaking my mind. Exposure. Exposing the king, okay. Which is funny, it also means the bare skin, which is funny because there's naked king handicap, which is funny because it kind of connects, haha. Anyway, so this is how we can go for a very smooth endgame. Yeah. Do we have to explain more here? I mean, it's clearly bringing king closer makes the most efficient attack. Efficient in being the fastest, yeah. It's clear. Okay, next, diagram 14. We have 5-4 bishop that is clearly threatened by a pawn upon its head. If we were to escape, for example, bishop to 4-3 promotion, they're gonna run away with the gold and make their castle more solid. Yeah, finish their castle, in fact. And we won't be able to reach the king. So, what should we do instead? We've seen this shape before, yeah? The golden wall. Golden wall. What was the Tetsuji against golden wall? We saw it today. Pawn drop 6-3. So the problem with pawn drop 6-3, it's a great move, guys, but we will need something more, yeah? There will be no learning if we're gonna just end up here. Pawn drop 6-3 means they're gonna take our bishop. We're gonna take their gold, and we're gonna retake our talking. So the situation will be, we lost a piece, we get a gold, and their gold is here instead of there. We kind of have trouble following up. So how about we make a last attempt with the bishop? Hegemege got it. Instead of allowing them to simply take the bishop, how about we combine this with the pawn drop? Yeah, what do we gain here? What did we do? We detached the king. Yeah, detached, meaning we brought it closer to our dragon. Closer, meaning our dragon actually now looks directly at the king. There's no knight between the king and the dragon. On top of which, we did get a knight and this gold, so we get 2 pieces for 1. So we kind of established that our attack will continue. We will have enough pieces. And their castle is inexistent anymore, yeah? So similarly to, I would say, similarly to when you delete a gold from a castle, deleting this defensive knight is also a huge value here. On top of what I said, yeah, detaching the king and bringing it closer. So again, we expose the king, yeah? Or expose, yeah. The dragon is looking at them, and therefore this pawn is stronger, yeah. Power up. Now, side note, if the king is going to escape here, we promote, they take. is the best resistance from them. But as you can see, Anaguma, the pride of Anaguma, which is the solidness and the, how do you say, distance. So Anaguma's pride, guys. And what's Anaguma's? It's solid and king far away. King is far away, yeah? And therefore it's those two, not anymore. Yeah, they're gone. The Anaguma isn't solid. The king isn't of the center anymore. We exposed it. It's much in more dangerous situation now, yeah? Therefore, this safely looking king suddenly became much unsafe, thanks to our new tactic. All right, one more. This will be a more difficult example. In the diagram 16, natural attack would be, well, perhaps silver drop attacking the gold. But this type of move won't be a checkmate threat. And therefore, this attack will be slow, perhaps. How would you speed up the attack? And remember, you want to use the detachment and the expose the king tactics. And unfortunately, the answer is on the screen, but don't read the Japanese. Don't read it. Don't read it. I'm trying to hide it somehow. Hide it. Hide it. Nope. Failed. Failed. Yes, that's better. That's better. What is the fastest attack in this situation? Quick, cover the screen with your hand. Yes, that was my first like brain fart, let's call it. But then I realized, yes, I had the same idea. Shogi explained. We don't have pieces in hand. Okay, I shall give you more visual on that part. Here you go, more pieces in hand. It's so fun. You covered the hand with the screen. Yes. I mean, there is one workaround, time zombie, and it's very simple. Now I'm covering the answer, yes, with my hand. Clearly, right? That would work, right? But I'm also covering the whole problem with my fat face, yes. You don't see it? I think I fixed my pen. It's working. You clipped it? We couldn't find that clip, it says though. Did you clip that? Post it on the Discord, gonna watch later. So Hege Mege is saying to drop the lens here. Pound takes silver. Nope. Wrong. All right, it's quite as the guy said, it's quite high level problem. So we're just gonna reveal the answer. I'm glad nobody of you saw it. The filters, where are they? Filters. Go back to normal. So the answer is 4-1 gold. Over here. So we are trying to ask ourselves what is the fastest way to attack. If we drop the silver, there's 1, 2, 3 moves, yeah? The gold is immediately a check. I feel like I should draw a circle to make a point that it's another piece. The gold is immediately a check. If the king runs, we drop a silver. If the king runs, it's a check, yeah, again. And we have a very quick attack for free. This is our move 0, we call it 0 move, yeah? It's like 1, 1, 1, 1, yeah? Now, if they're gonna take, which they will probably do, we're gonna drop the same silver that we dropped before, but this time it will be a check. We're going to run away, and we're gonna take here. And instead of doing 1, 2, 3, we do 1, 1, 1. And instead of threatening mate in 3, we threaten it in 1. Magic. You guys see it? 1, 2, 3. 1. Probably should draw it better. 1. Nope. Okay, mate in 1. Versus mate in 3. Why do you have the lens? So there's a follow-up here. We gave them a gold. And I will try to use it to defend. And I will try to drop it here. What we will do is we're gonna just take it. We're gonna take it. And then we drop the lance here. And this will be a severe attack. If they... So again, they drop the gold. We take. If instead they take with the silver, we will have a good move. Which again will be gold drop for 1. And this is all check, yeah? This is all check, check, check. They defend, so this is all 1. So 1, 1, 1. This is all in 1. This is all forced. If they take, we continue with our gold drop. We have 2 golds because we just got another one. They will escape. We're gonna take the silver. They're gonna take... Oh, and wait for it. Lance again. So we're gonna break... We're gonna force the generals to dance for us, and the lance is gonna be the last punch, basically. And yeah, naturally, if they run away, we just take the silver. It leads to a checkmate. It requires a little bit of thinking, but I think it's gonna lead to a checkmate. Maybe I'm wrong. How many golds do we have? 1 gold, 1 silver. What if he goes to 3-3? We take the gold, and we have 2 golds. Then what if he goes to 3-2? Then we sacrifice the gold on 2-2 maybe, or 3-3. No. 1-3-3. No, it's not gonna work. So 2-2 takes. Then he goes to. It's weird. It becomes weird. But lands drop first. Lands drop first, but then they run to there. I'm not sure. They say naturally king's going to take. Oh no, okay, I'm stupid. There's no need. If they go here, we just take it here. That's more reliable than going for the weird checkmate that I was thinking. It's still gonna be, yeah. So it's 1. Again, they run and it's 1, 1-2, kinda. We're threatening it, yeah. Instead of 1-3, 1-2-3, it will be 1-2. So it's gonna be mate into, yeah. So king 2-2, gold takes 4-2. It's gonna be mate into. And yeah, mate into, again, there's gonna be different convention than that's the main 3. I'm just saying it's like a beat. I'm learning guitar now, so it's like 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be like 1, 2. So our 2 moves. So technically it's in what 3 or 5 moves, yeah. But it's 1, 2 because it's easier to count. All right. This is, yeah, as you can see, a very complex. Oh, this is the final lens drop, by the way. A very complex example. They warned us. But the point is, yeah, where was that exposure? Yeah, we pulled the king out, right, with 4-1 gold. All right, so it's very complicated stuff that we're gonna talk about here. But let's look at the example from the beginning before we get lost. So here, what did we do? We dropped the gold. We expose the king, yeah? We expose the king. We speed up our attack. And then it just kind of worked, yeah? We were able to exchange lands for a metal piece to break through. We are losing a gold in the process, though. Yeah, because we sacrificed 4-1 gold. We had 3 attacking pieces, but here we have 2 attacking pieces. So we do sacrifice a whole piece to do it. Here also, yeah, quite similarly. No, because we take a gold. So it's 3 pieces again. Okay, scratch that. Here we take a gold, yeah? So we gave away a gold and we're taking a gold. That's 3 pieces. So we continue having 3 pieces. So that's the point here. Yeah, temporal sacrifice. That leads into broken shape. And here we do indeed have 2 pieces. So we had gold, silver lens. Here we have silver lens. But this lens is so severe. And you can see the whole castle became his hand. Yeah. So the whole castle in hand, it's called. It's castle in hand, yeah. This is what you want to do, ultimately. You want to delete the castle and it's going to end up in someone's hand. Of course, what you have to be careful is that you give away a lot of pieces so the enemy can counter-attack with it, yeah? So those are very risky ways to attack, but very efficient. Komada is in Z, yeah. So basically, let's say your king is in Z. This is how you want to speed up. if it doesn't, yeah, so that's the point, sleeping bird. That's what was the last paragraph about. Again, we want to expose the king. So, which means bring it closer to attackers. Because, okay, so because it's closer, we can save on attacking moves. So basically we'll be fast. Okay, I literally translated the Japanese, but basically because it's, you know, closer, you can make those checks, and therefore it's easier for us to attack that king, and therefore we're faster because those are checks, those are forceful moves, yeah. In that situation, you cannot allow yourself to lose the material. That's what Bert was saying. There's one kanji I don't understand, so I have to double check it. Son ni torawarete, to be captured, says. Okay, so it's a different kanji. So you cannot be captured in material loss. Stego makoto de kire suji ni natte wa. So this is 4 kanji. I cannot copy. Don't break, please. This is 4 kanji idiom. Guys, if you didn't know, Japanese language has like those 4 kanji together. That's idiomatic expression, and this is one of them. And it means failing to properly evaluate the importance of something, putting the cart before the horse, basically. Mistaking the cause for the end, mistaking the insignificant essential, getting one's priorities backwards. Okay, so yeah, getting your priorities backwards is like maybe the most literal one. So you cannot over sacrifice your pieces, and it mentions about that fight reliability, equilibrium. So you want the equilibrium, and they say if you forget, go to number 2. And I don't know which was the number 2, so we will quickly jump there. Where is the number 2? Where could that be? Where could reference diagram number 2 be? Probably in the same chapter. Not gonna find it. We're lost forever. I have no idea where it could be. Maybe I should just Google. Wait, Google. I mean, search by name. Here it is. The fun fact about PDF, you can copy that and search for it. Exact matches, working on it. I'm terrified. It's searching for it, but it's not finding it. Yeah. We're gonna give up on it then. Basically what it's saying, yeah. Don't lose yourself in the process, I guess. Material balance is still important, yeah. We say that speed is more important than material in the endgame, but what they're saying is you want to have enough pieces to break through. So here we have 2 defenders versus 3 attackers. Yeah, so 2 defenders versus 3 attackers. We keep the balance, yeah. We keep the balance, that's important here. So do not over-sacrifice it. Make sure it's decisive. So, to be honest, before you sacrifice a gold like this, you would have to read the whole line first. You'd have to make sure that this works. Of course, the more experience you have, that will come naturally. You will like kind of feel it. But for now, keep in mind that you don't want to just sacrifice it because sacrifice. We sacrifice the gold because we get the gold back. Then we exchange silver for a gold. And then, in this position, we sacrifice the gold because we see this ending. So that's the logic behind it. Yeah? We keep it in mind. We don't sacrifice the pieces brainlessly. We have some follow-up moves to it. Our attack's not going to run out. That's important. If your attack runs out, it means you over-sacrificed pieces. Why? Because our starting position, we had 4 attacking pieces. So it should work. If it didn't, it means you messed up. Very difficult example it was. Okay. So here we're gonna talk about expose and target the gold. The pillar gold of the castle. And we will find some distinction between. We're gonna explain a different pattern than before. In the diagram 20, it might be difficult to find some entrance, some way to infiltrate, but which weakness is the weakest? Which weakness? We know 4 weaknesses, right? Target the gold, we know attack the head, we know attack the ear, and we know attack the edge. Which one is the weakest here? Let's first analyze the situation. Well, it's Mino. Mino's gonna have very difficult golds to access for us. We're gonna have maybe some attacks on the edge, but for now they have 2 defenders. Ears, not so much, but the edge, yeah, we know that the weakness of the Mino is the edge, so we will go for the edge. We will try to push, takes, and we have a pawn in hand. We're gonna try to drop it here. Yeah. And guys, do you remember the pivotal piece or the seed piece? Pivotal piece we don't have, cannot be made. So target the gold becomes not possible. Yeah, for the target the gold we need some pressure. And this rook has no way of getting promo. We ignore the fact that the left side of the board doesn't exist, but yeah, it has no way of becoming a pivotal piece at all. And instead, we will have to find another weakness in this case. How about the edge? So we dropped the 1-3 pawn. It's at SUG. Why is it at SUG? Because it is a focus point. The 3 pieces are looking here, but you can notice that the lance weakness is it doesn't like to go back. The knight, it doesn't like to go back. King, it doesn't like to go anywhere. So all those pieces will have trouble taking this pawn. The lance takes may look the most natural, but then it's dying. King takes... leg cramp. If the lance takes, we drop the pawn, they take, we drop the bishop over here. The lance dies. If they protect the lance, we take it anyway. It's the funny part. Now, the comment is saying if the king takes, we're gonna take, they drop the pawn, we take, they take. What's a good move then? So this disappears, king is here. What is a good follow-up? The king is dragged out of the castle. Well, surround, yeah? Bishop drop to 2-2. That's a cool way to do it. I think pawn drop would be also interesting, but they showing the bishop, yeah? So guys, if you ever like drag the king out, do not like continue attacking it forcefully. Try to make sure that he cannot go back actually. A bishop drop here will make sure that, you know, the king has only here to go, so it's a great move to remember. So back to the main line, we drag the lance up, we attacked it with the bishop, king came to help, but the bishop took it anyway. And in this case, if they take, we actually have a checkmate. Lance takes the pawn. He's forced to take again. So king is here, yeah? King is here, and we drop a pawn. If he goes back, lance drop. If he takes, lance drop. So wherever he goes, his own lance is gonna be his demise, yeah? So this is how we combine the edge with the detach tactic. Or expose, yeah, in this case, detach the king. Or detach the lance. Yeah, there's many different techniques like this, many different combinations, and they're all very, very powerful combinations. So you can notice that we do sacrifice a lot of pieces here, but we expose the king so much that it doesn't matter in the end, yeah? And this is the final position where we drop the lance here or here. So naturally, king 1-3 will be the bad move. But yeah, this is how the expose tactic would work. Break the castle. He would like to notice it. The expose is, again, the target of expose is to bring the king out closer to attacking pieces, making it easier to attack. And again, the meaning is you drag away the defender or drag the king away from defenders. So instead of moving the defender, you move the king away from the castle. Yeah? So, detaching king from the castle. It's kind of stupid, but yeah, if you cannot move a mountain, yeah. Move the no, if you cannot go, how was the proverb going? If you cannot go to the mountain, move the mountain to you, something like that. Well, boom. Yeah. At the same time, yeah, it becomes much faster, yeah. So it's super fast. Like I mean, look how stupid it looks. The whole castle is like, hey, hey, king, we're so ready to defend you. King, what are you doing? Ah, he died, yeah? Like, don't do that, king. Don't leave your castle, yeah? The whole castle is there ready to protect you and you just walked away into battlefield. That's not smart, king. But that's what you want. Yeah, fish the king, fish him out of the castle. That's the best way you can win the game. All right. It's kind of stupid because this knight isn't helping the attack, but actually it is. In the end, we dragged him the closest to this very useless knight, and it kind of works in the end. I am useful. I'm so proud of you, knight. I'm so proud. Yeah. All right. So, because we're at the end of the chapter, we have our favorite computer Kifu. And here we're gonna see the examples of detaching and the examples of the exposure of king. Expose. Yeah, we're gonna see in diagram 24, this knight, it looks like it's gonna be taken next. And this is why we have to do something beforehand. What would we do? We're gonna push this pawn, because our rook is here, yeah? Why is this king here? We're gonna push this pawn, pawn takes. pawn drop to 4. Now, if the king is going to take, we're gonna drop a knight here, targeting this fork. Yeah, so this is the position. If they take, knight is huge attack. So they will take it with the gold. And therefore we detach the gold. Yeah, here we detach the king, here we detach the gold. If the gold takes, at that moment we're gonna sacrifice the knight, they take. And we're gonna push the 5-5 pawn. They run. This creates us space for this bishop drop. Apparently. Gote tried to defend this gold with the rook, but pawn drop was their demise. All right, let's do it again. If the king takes, we drop the knight. If they defend the knight fork, we can just promote. So that's what it's saying. If after knight they go with the gold, we just push the pawn. And probably go for the same line, I assume. So this knight will be very, very difficult to defend. Therefore, we end up in the previous variation. So this is the variation here. We distracted the silver. We drop this very, very nasty bishop. This bishop cannot be easily blocked. They try to defend it with the rook, but we drop the pawn. If they take, of course, we'll promote. They will run. But then again, there will be the knight fork. The only way is gold takes. Then we're gonna promote this. And, it's gonna open the fight. If we take promote runs away, we're gonna ignore that. And we're just gonna bring the token closer to the king. Like this. All right. So yeah, the flow of the game, basically center is doing what they want. They're like pam, 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 punching, yeah? But most important fact is that we drop this 2-2 pawn and 8-3 pawn. And look what's the effect of those pawns. This gold and this gold kinda became detached from the king's defense. Yeah, from the center. And therefore we are able to push through the center with our token because they got so detached. Yeah, and because the center became weaker, this is why we did moves like 5-3 knight promotion and bishop 4-5, targeting the center. Yeah, so got detached from center defense. So we counter there. It's a very difficult example, but I want you to look at this diagram and see the flow, yeah? Gold went onto the side, center becomes weaker. That's the the point of this example. You can feel it, yeah? So yeah, once you create those detached pieces, there is some part of the board that will become weaker, and therefore we're able to create a plan or strategy to affect that weaker point, yeah? So created weakness. Center weakness, yeah. Detailed answer here. If we take the bishop, we just take it, and then we're gonna able to use our silver on 3-4, and therefore our attack continues, no problem. yeah, the problem of Gotha is basically the gods are quite useless now. All right, the second example. What do we have? We have king here. It looked like Mino. This is silver crown. Our rook is under attack. They say that the king safety difference is huge. Yeah, they have a full castle, we don't. It looks like center is bad, but we have a good move here. Gold drop to 3-3. It's very weird, but this move, the fact that we made the knight here, it would be a strong move that led to victory for Sente. I'm confused. I'm very confused. It's like they're missing something. Okay, I see. So this magical word here means after everything is cleared out. So gold drop, knight takes, gold takes, horse takes, king takes. That's the magical word that describes all these moves. And then we redrop the knight here. Magical. The king will go to 4-2. We're gonna drop the gold again. Yeah, okay, so here it is. The magical disappearance, yeah? Okay, it's written here actually. Speaking in short, if he's going to run here, it will lead to checkmate with the gold drop and a knight drop. So he will try to go here. We drop the gold. And the only square they can go to is here for some reason. Yeah, because there's a pawn here, yeah? So we will promote. And this is kind of Hishi, yeah? Or checkmate threat at least. In the exchange, this king will be safe. So what happened? What happened? Basically, here we exchanged those two pieces for this piece and this piece, so it's equal. But we also sacrificed this whole horse, yeah? So horse or bishop loss. But in the effect, we drag the king out. We expose the king and we sped up. We put it in the center of the board, right? Surrounded by the pieces. Targeting checkmate. And according to the author, this is not a mate, so we survive. And we will win by one move. What did we do exactly? The free gold drop, the first one, create three things. Target the gold, the ear attack, and the exposure attack. All those three work together here into destroying Goddess King safety. Yeah, the castle in the hand once more. Beautiful. Yeah, but look how scary it is. Yeah, our king, like they have a lot of drops. They could drop it here. I guess we can just run away in that. It's like it requires a lot of calculation here, and yeah, it is computer, so they might have confidence in winning that. I, as a human, I would have trouble making sure that this is safe enough. Yeah, probably gold drop means the king can run here. There's a knight protecting and there's a rook protecting, so probably we're surviving here. But then you have to consider moves like knight drop, which just breaks my brain, and I'm like, escape knight drop, poof, the brain explodes. That's usually how it works, yeah? Yeah, this pawn was so important, indeed. All right, I think it's the last example before summary. Again, the king is much more unsafe. There's a whole gangi here versus no castle at all. It looks really bad for us, but it's our move. We're gonna go for lance drop 5-3, going for detachment of the god in this case. If they're gonna take it, we take the rook. They're gonna take it, we drop the rook to 7-1. What does it do? Suddenly the enemy king will be out of the gangi, suddenly will be very dangerous. Yeah, look, they had full castle, but none of them are helping the king. No, king, what are you doing? Yeah, again, the king left the castle. Well, he was forced to leave, but again, yeah. Send the king, maybe my more. Yeah, so Sente didn't get a general, but drag the king out, yeah. In the open or whatever, yeah. And yeah, it's really close to checkmate. So again, this is the detach the gold and expose the king. Yeah, and it's important that like they become useless, yeah. And this is our shortcut to endgame, kinda. We kinda tricked him into leaving the castle, yeah. All right, the detailed way to go for it is they're gonna drop a gold here, but we're gonna drop our gold here. If they take, the lance comes in, it's gonna be a checkmate with the knight drop if they take the rook. And if they don't drop the gold and they drop a lance, we will just drop the knight here, continuing checkmating threats. So yeah, it's not easy, yeah. Like our king is in the open, it's not really clear. Look, also this kind of nicely protects our king, and our king is safe until now. It's a very close fight, yeah. Who's gonna be faster to checkmate the king? And we just enabled ourselves to checkmate the enemy king, even though they had like this full castle. We enabled ourselves, and that's important here. Even if we don't comprehend why exactly it is working, we cannot calculate all the variations, we should notice that we now know a way to enable quick attack on the king, which is detach the gold, expose the king technique, right? And there is the horse in the defense, that's true. One horse is worth 3 generals in the defense, they say. Yep. So let's summarize it. Those 2 pages. Какой kuzusu generałbaś? Target when destroying castle. So we have target the gold, the pillar, yeah. We have the attack the king's head. We have the edge. And we have the ear. And what's important, there is this middle point, which says if one move can do many things, it is even stronger attack, yeah. So basically, yeah, if you combine them, it's gonna be even more destructive. So we had an example here. We had a few examples. Combinations. Come on, where are your combinations? I cannot find it. We had few of those combinations in the examples, basically. It was even faster. And let's read here. In this chapter, we learned that when we break the castle, we first need to bring our attacking pieces closer to the enemy, and we will need 4 pieces to attack. So this is our starting point, yeah? Start. Then we have those 4 techniques, which are which we just covered here. Depending on them, we're gonna be able to break the enemy castle, yeah? To attack. Because each situation is different, it is important that we know many different ways of the attacking. It is important, like if we're able to create many weaknesses at the same time, our attack will be stronger. And there is some mention of Hanafuda and Mahjong for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. It says this logic is also applicable in Mahjong or Hanafuda. Only Mahjong people will know what it means exactly. But I guess, like, when you play Mahjong, you want to have different possibilities of creating a set of pieces. So maybe that's what it is. You don't go for one exact set, you create many options. So in here, we can create many weaknesses, therefore we have many options. Maybe that's the logic here. And it's extremely important to play the move that has many roles, yeah? So play moves that do multiple things at the same time. That's a general rule, like hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. Or like with Go, we say like, oh, you put this stone and it affects the whole board. If you watch Hikaru no Go, it's like, and the whole board shines, that type of move, yeah? At once. So basically, yeah, multiple Yaku. Yeah, do not play like this one strategy. If you can expose the king and, for example, like attack on the edge and get a gold in hand, stuff like this. If you find those combinations, that's like game winning, yeah? Yeah, but Ote Bisha is only one thing you can do, yeah? Exactly, Sleeping Bird. If you do one thing, one defense is enough. If a move does 2 things, you cannot, it's really hard to defend against 2 threats at once. Okay, so we have detachment and exposure. Merit, demerit. Having those 4 techniques that we mentioned, yeah, the edgelord. The edgelord. Having the edgelord is enough, but I'm laughing at my own joke. Trying to draw a banana. If he has an additional trick, doesn't look like, how do you draw a banana? Here, a banana. Doesn't look like. Okay, let me fix it. Give me 1 second. I wonder if it's possible. 1 second. It didn't work. Edit. Nope. View. No. It didn't work. I cannot copy paste banana from the internet here. Okay. Let's. Here, a banana. It's. No, stop doing it. No, stop. Yes. Leave it. Leave it this color. Yes, thank you. Okay. Yeah. Here, banana. So you need to have additional drink in hand. It's not rotten. Which is the detachment and the expose. I mean, detachment. We said detachment of the king is the same as exposure, but they use 2 words for it. Yeah, bring closer. Yeah, bringing closer. Squeezing them in. No, it's not the connecting, bringing them closer. Yeah, I guess that's the best translation I can do. It's another idea. Banana. We call it banana. The banana. Squeezing the squeezing the enemy pieces closer to you, like a mega hug. So this is the edgelord. Edgelord is enough. But how about a banana? Everybody likes a banana. So years from now on, people will be like cringing about it. So if you have them both, yeah, like detaching them and bringing them closer to you, it's gonna get easier. Yeah, everybody likes a banana, so if you have a banana, life is easier. Next, yeah, use the detachment and the exposure, but the detachment, for the detachment, it's necessary to sacrifice a piece. So like make sure that you don't run out of steam. Detachment requires sacrifices. Requires blood. Yeah, that's something we have to remember. Then of course you cannot allow the king, so exposure means like remember to not let king run away, like entering king and something like that. And yeah, next we gonna talk about this more in the detail in chapter 2 apparently. Looks like talking. How does it look like? Okay, I'm gonna spend hours on drawing this now. How do you draw a banana? It looks like a banana. Does it look like a banana? Banana. Okay, anyway. That's the end of the chapter, which was how to break a castle. Now the next chapter will be how to surround the enemy king. So kind of like how to not let them escape. We will talk about this escape routes and again, surround will be very close to the end game. I mean, the whole book is about the end game. So it's gonna be really important for us in the end game to know those rules. So for example, here we would like not to check, but promote the bishop to not allow them to escape to the edge. But let me just like summarize this chapter again. I'm not sure if I understand it, so I'm pretty sure you guys will be confused too. Detach the defender. So we learn new techniques to break the castle. we learned that in order to detach something, we need to make sacrifices. The best piece would be to use the pawn because they're the cheapest. Sometimes we can use lances, knights. The point is, we recognize that we cannot use attack the gold, and then we have a distinction. Yeah, we can speed up our own attack. We can speed up our own attack again. And special kinds of detaching the piece will be to expose the enemy king, to detach it from the castle actually. Like here, for example, too. And this was a very, very special case of reminding us that if you do sacrifices, make sure you have enough left for the attack to continue. And here we had this combination of exposure and edge attack. So remember, the combinations of those attacking patterns will be more powerful than just alone. And there we had some computer examples, yeah. Sure, very complicated, but we understood the idea of distracting the gods away from the center, which becomes a weakness. And we understood that even with a horse sacrifice here, if we're able to expose the king in the middle of the board, it's worth it. And finally, even if it looks like we're losing completely because we have no castle, we can use those techniques to like tackle a whole gangi in this case and break in, break through. Again, combinations of those techniques will be the best. And I didn't translate this part. So the merit of detachment and exposure will be faster attack. Okay, yellow. Faster attack. It's gonna be faster. They're gonna get closer, in danger. Gonna get in danger, more dangerous for them. And we're gonna lower their attacking defenses, lower their defensive power. We're gonna lower their defensive power. The merit is, well, we need sacrifices, yeah? And resource. Yeah, like we need resources. Again. And the king might escape, yeah? So those will be things that we'll be talking about next week, probably more in detail, like how the king can escape, how we're gonna run out of attack. For now, all you have to remember is that our edgelord with banana is more happy than being alone. All right, in the meantime, Yellow says that the Eosen is in the Biomi, so if you guys are interested, is it on Abema TV? Oh no, the Abema TV is not online on our server. Yeah. Let's just quickly take a look. If you guys want to watch it on your side, this will be the link.
一応9一強者という手をやってますね。これがまあ9二歩も9二桂馬も打てないので、まあこれ結構竜が取られちゃう形になるんですけど、まあそれを見越して遊んでいた飛車を8六飛車と。まあ9一強には8三竜と逃げ道を用意したわけですね。はい。でこの8三飛車成の筋がまあ分かっていても受けにくいということで、もう。
So now you guys know, yeah, those techniques that we had. This is the Kifu link. Like we can apply those in professional games as well. Please don't make the sound. This is the Aigakari, but the problem is they don't really have a castle anymore. Yeah, also they take this pawn for free. Why is the quality of the pieces so bad? And this is one of the Joseki, kinda. Did he just sacrifice the rook for a... Yeah, he did. Ah, look at this pawn drop. Look at this pawn drop. We saw something similar today. Yeah. Trying to detach this silver from the defense. And pawn drop to 2, as yellow says, it also detaches the gold from the king, right? So you guys already know after today's lecture, like, what's the meaning of this pawn drop, yeah? You know that there might be no follow-up immediately, but you know that long term, this gold defense over the center, over this king, is gonna weaken, yeah? That's what you learned today. And now you don't have to think about it. Now that you've learned it today, you can quickly, like, notice it, yeah? You're like, oh yeah, I've seen it on Thursday stream. I know what he's going for. Yeah, and therefore watching pro games like this becomes more pleasurable as well. Fuji entered Biomi. So yeah, we also saw this knight drop. Yeah, we saw it on 2-6. He dropped it on 4-6 because in this situation it's better. Next, targeting this fork. And again, this is one of the techniques we know. Target the gold, yeah. The gold or the general in general. Target the defensive pieces, yeah. The generals, the metal pieces. And you can see that, yeah, Fuji is tiny bit better according to the computer. Sente, so the black, if it's on top, it means it's better. General, yeah, that is crazy. And again, what can we learn? Well, this bishop and this bishop, they're not very effective in the attack. They're not attacking the core. And this rook also yet not, but having this knight, that's like the biggest attacking piece on the board, it's quite hard for Gote to defend. Of course, yeah. I mean, this rook is attacking more than this horse does, yeah? Let's see, like 2 more moves. 2 more or 3 more moves, because they're both in Biomi, and I will have to stop streaming this because I probably cannot stream it like this. Yellow, if you could input those links in the Shogi games, I would be grateful too, so that people can follow it. And if you guys want to be updated, this updates every 30 seconds. Oh, he's also down to Biomi, it seems. He has 1 minute left. And yeah, it became 0. Deguchi 6 down, yeah. Fuji is the AO here.
六段と私、脇田奈々子で番組をお送りします。金井六段よろしくお願いします。よろしくお願いします。さて、両者1分将棋ということで、1分将棋に入りましたね。はい。Yeah, so they're gonna comment the violent drink of water. Yeah, it's the last drink of water in the game. Probably they won't have time to think about drinking after that. So now that is Biomi, what it means that like every minute we're gonna see one move. Ooh, I'm getting a consignment from Japan. I wonder what this gonna be. Delivery tomorrow. Last time I got Shogi Sekai that we're gonna probably study on in 2 days. Oh yeah, and now we're gonna have the German classes soon. Okay, so lens drop, and you can see like 2 gold being there. It's still detached, right? So great success for Fuji here, even though the knight to 3-4 itself is not gaining any material or anything. The fact that this gold is here, that's huge. I bet that if we would look at the computer evaluation, we can see, yeah, Sente is a little bit better because of it. And now he's jumping in, because once you're a little bit better
you wanna jump in. Once you're much better, you wanna slow down, but here he really wanna reach that king. He will try to activate his pieces. If those two pieces are being exchanged, then this horse becomes useless, which means we have the effectiveness. He has to take it because as he's losing the silver, yeah? And you can see the dragon being here, the knight being here, the king is kind of indirectly surrounded again. Also, he cannot escape here, so it's kind of blocked here. So slowly surrounded, while our king has still a lot of space to live in. Yeah. Takes. Most likely takes. He's not gonna, yeah, mind it, yeah? They not gonna retake it immediately. They're gonna use their Byoyomi. He has 50 seconds. He's gonna probably play in the last 10. This is how they use the Byoyomi, yeah? We can learn from it. Then what's gonna be painful is that, again, we will be able to drop the pawn here. Yeah, the pieces they're using are beautiful, yeah. They are. Well spotted. You should strive, guy, that one day you will be able to play on those pieces, yeah? You should strive one day. I'm gonna go to Japan. I'm gonna go to Shogi Harbour. Gonna play on beautiful pieces. At best, you'll be able to afford your own pieces, but they're really expensive. So, all right. So next, yeah, we have bishop, knight. We are able to drop the piece here, affect this position. We'll be able to bring the dragon here, affect the king. We kind of controlling these horses' life as well. Yeah, Ryoko is the most favorite one, you know. It's the most readable one. I'll be back in a second. All right, yeah, the dragon comes in. So pawn 8-8, simply, trying to make another attacking piece. But you can see, like, the token on... even if the token is here, the silver can escape. It's not quick, yeah? The dragon being here, it attacks the gold. It immediately threatens something, yeah? A check. The thing is, the gold can go to 7-1. Maybe they're gonna sacrifice it? Because we want tempo, yeah? The more I watch Fuji's game, the more I begin to understand how beautiful is his endgame technique. Oh yes, this is why the whole Shogi world was in Ave. Like years ago, yeah, when he appeared. You can see the center jumped down the diagram. Yeah, so at this point we're gonna throw away the dragon, probably, as there was no reason for him to play it here. But instead of taking, he can just drop the pawn. Dragon is taken again. The gold becomes detached by taking the dragon. Yeah? Remember the computer game we watched? they both become detached, and then we're gonna take the silver while creating a token. Beautiful. Now the last question will be, how do we reach the king when he escapes to 3-2 and 3-3 squares? We will be able to reach the king on 3-2 by pushing from the left, but probably the square 3-3 we will have to push with the knight on here or here, I assume. That's my guess. Oh, also when the king comes here, he blocks the lance, we will be able to take this pawn. It's another idea. Yeah, this is very painful move. So you can see pawn promotion, computer says 3-3 gold. Yeah, the computer is already giving up on. It says 3-3 gold, dragon escapes. It's crazy. Yeah, he will take it. That's a human move to make. The silver will be taken, and now we have, look how because of the speed up, how awkward this horse here, how awkward it is being blocked with a pawn. So beautiful timing to like jump in. Such a beautiful timing. Wow. Also, I said knight drop, but I realized we can jump with this knight, which means we will have another piece to join the attack, which is gonna be powerful. Beautiful. So he will, yeah, you see he made space for a silver and his piece stand over here. He's gonna take it. And again, he takes it in the last 10 seconds. That's important, even though it was an obvious move, yeah? Yeah, and simply if the knight jumps here, we're gonna have bishop silver drop and it's gonna be mate. Yeah, this is how it's more beautiful this way. I'm gonna refresh this page. Oh, now the piece quality is better. What happened? Yeah, they made the token, but... Oh no, they didn't make. They just analyzing it. Still have 15 seconds. He knows that he's worse off. Yeah, it's clear, but he cannot give up. He will fight until the end. And he makes the computer move, which was computer proposed move, which was gold 3-3. The meaning is, you know, it was a piece that wasn't helping the defense. It was a piece blocking this king escape. So now we're deleting that war. Now the most interesting part is how Fuji will decide this game, perhaps. We can see there is a space here. We could drop something here, yeah? The computer proposes to make a check and to get this gold in hand, probably. Or like make it a hostage piece. I was thinking of making a video about hostage piece next for our lexicon. Yeah. Anyway, bishop, the knight. Yeah. Wow. Maybe he has a computer in his brain. Computer's like, maybe 5-2, right? No, computer, no. Bad computer, bad. Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely would confuse the enemy. Temporarily. Yeah, only 2% difference. Because it's the maximum 100%, it cannot get worse, basically. So if the king runs, they say simply to move the token. Yeah. surround the king. It's kind of weird because I always tell you like, oh, you should surround the king, and here like he's gonna chase it up the board, and I don't know how to explain it well enough. Max 99, I see. Well, that would be 99 because 97 plus 2% or minus 2% in this case. Yeah, plus 2%. That would be 99, yeah. Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. It's smart to cap it at 99 actually. So if we speak with terms that we did on stream today, it's as simple as target the silver in this case, target the castle, yeah, we're going for the core. We're not gonna take this gold, yeah? We keep it as for later, or we're probably not gonna ever take it, because this gold is not helping with the defense of this king at all. Yeah, we got stuck in this game. Hello. Yeah, for me it's almost lunchtime, but again, yeah, target the metal piece, target the silver. As simple as that. And then once we take the silver, we have bishop, silver, silver, knight. We have actually more pieces that can join the attack. The 3-7 silver on the 3-7 knight on the bottom will be able to join. We will be able to use pawn perhaps. And yeah, again, take, surround perhaps. That's what the computer is saying. And there are many different things that could happen. This gold won't ever come closer. He cannot, because there will be a knight drop here that's gonna fork the king and the gold. It won't be able to help. And you can see that they straighten out, which could indicate they are like coming down. They're seeing everything. They might be resigning soon. But every time they like go back, it means they're trying to look at the whole position again. Calm the mind. It's really easy to tunnel vision when you're thinking of the Tsume variation and you forget that there's like this piece sitting here that could affect it. That's why they're doing it. So if king runs away, well, we make the horse and we just chase him. So he will take, and we have 4-piece attack for now. 1 pivotal piece, bishop on 6-3. King is being exposed right now, yeah? We not only targeted the silver, we also brought the king closer to our attacking pieces. That's what we studied today on the books, at the book part, yeah? We brought the king closer to our attacking bishop. And now we're gonna use technique that we're gonna learn next week, which is limiting the escape route. So for example, the computer move here is 4-1 silver, yeah? The other limiting move, a little bit similar, might be surrounding 2-2 silver. 4-4 knight jump, that's a very cool move to play, because you use a knight that's not on your hand, you use a knight that's on your board, and it joins the attack. And it's pretty cool, right? And again, attack the god. What pieces will have king left to defend? Well, there will be a knight on 2-1, there will be a lance on 3-1, and there will be 2 rooks in hand, and perhaps a knight in hand. How do you defend against attack with those pieces? Well, you cannot, yeah? The metal pieces are so necessary in the defense. So once that gold on 3-3 is gone, it's over. And therefore, the enemy is now, the opponent is now a little bit, yeah, you can see that he knows, yeah? It's just this soulless gold move. those moments are most important in game deciding. Yeah, one side is much better. They need to find the correct way to win. Here, if king takes, the bishop will be able to promote. Yeah, no, I mean, they know. He knew it since the dragon move, and you could see his behavior change from then. He's professional, he knows this all. But yeah, he needs to try, he needs to continue playing. Show fighting spirit, yeah. What is the best position to resign at this moment, yeah. And here he corrected the piece and resigned, yeah. Good game. No matter if lance or knight takes, the other knight can come in, make a check, throw the king back to the back rank, you know, we can surround it, or we could consider 4-1 silver drop, because if gold is taken, the bishop 5-2 gold drop is made. Stuff like this would lead to a mate eventually. Yeah, really good game. And yeah, I hope you now see that whatever we're talking about during our book streams, it has actually a practical use, yeah. The detachment theory, yeah. Target the golds. Activate the pieces, you know, all those stuff that we talked about. Target the king. Detaching the gold, even though it's those, again, this is like two birds with one stone situation. You detach the gold while creating a token. This is why it's so powerful. And then, yeah, break the defense. Do not take the gold, break the defense. You have enough attacking pieces. We know that because we learned we need 4. And activate this piece, which means we have 5. It's so clean, yeah. Again, no gold, no defense. That's something we have to notice immediately. He has 2 rooks. That's not enough to break, to defend. And the wideness, yeah, clip shape. We also talked about it. It all combines in this game. And I hope you notice, yeah, that it's worth coming here on those book streams, that you do perhaps understand this pro high-level game a little bit more. I hope you enjoyed. The next stream will be tomorrow. We will have stream with Roland. Instead of, yeah, we're gonna be at 14 to 16. So Zurich afternoon. We're gonna do some Shogi improvements in Roland's game. Was it Battle Titans? I think the name was. The next stream will be Saturday and Sunday, of course. The TT series is ending, so remember to play in the round 9, unless you got the buy point, then I'm sorry. What else? That's all for now, I guess. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for staying up until the very end. Bye bye. See you next time.